Hey, how's it going, guys? Okay, so funny thing happened. I rugged myself in the AMA. I did not turn on my microphone. So what we're going to do here is I'm going to try to run some audio commentary on what I mentioned in the AMA town hall today that we missed out on. I'm going to try my best to remember and recall what I said, but I'm just going to read off the screen here. Okay, so we went through today a few things. One of them was the Road to 1 ETH market update and report, day 1 to day 4. What I wanted to address was what happened. So OpenSea, we had a total of 117 sales. NFTX had a total of 77 sales, so that was 194 sales in total from day 1 to day 4. And what I wanted to actually say was, what was the purpose of this Road to 1 ETH giveaway that we ran? Was to first and foremost to increase secondary sales, and the second thing is to bring in new collectors. And I think we did that really well. We brought in quite a few new collectors and quite a few new collaborative partners as well. So I think that was great, and the outcome was fine. However, what we actually, disappointing to what happened was we found that there were a few people putting things on the floor. And they were taking advantage of this here. So that's why I put a pause on day 5. I wanted us to take a seat back, let them do their thing. Now, they will eventually, I think, cost themselves out because the gas fees and all for listing is pretty high. So, you know, if you do the calculation on how much you're listing for, they are making $10 or $20 per toast. And that is silly, really. So I get that. There's going to be a lot of people out there going to try to do that and take advantage. It's getting lesser and lesser, and let's exhaust them. Okay, so that's my point here. I want to say let's take a hold, let's exhaust them, let's see whether they can be weeded out in terms of not proceeding on with what they're doing. And we have identified both of them. You know, we know who they are. We're watching them closely. We have mods, our mods, in fact, positioned in their Telegram groups to check regularly what they're saying. So I know they're watching us. We're also watching them back to make sure that we know what's going ahead with things. In saying that, though, I don't think there's an issue. Like, we should not be concerned about that at all, because I think we got to refocus and work out what actually is our purpose here. And our purpose is to provide value and utility to our holders. So I want to do a refocus solution, what I call a refocus solution, which is essentially focusing at our project deliverables, so roadmap deliverables, and also in turn new roadmaps, so roadmap 2.0 as far as the ToastPunk Genesis project is concerned. I want to focus at investors and the attraction to the project, so how will they come into the project, what do they learn about the project, and things like that. And if I'm going to do giveaways, which I think is important for us, the giveaways, I want to do it strictly for holders that are above 1 ETH in the ToastPunk Genesis. I think the rewards are far greater if we do that for the holders, because they are supporters of the project. We know that they're going to be here around for a long time. So we might actually do a little bit more Discord giveaways versus Twitter giveaways, so that we keep running in that direction to reward those that are here. In saying that, I want to mention one thing. Like, I don't think we should get mad at these guys here. Like, I know a lot of people are saying things like, oh, this is making me angry, and they're saying they're using language which is not appropriate. I think let's not do that. They're not angry. We should not be angry, and you should not be angry. It is life, and we just move on with it. Okay, so let's focus a lot more on our project deliverables and more on our roadmap, and let's try to achieve that as much as we can as a community. Our teams have already been speaking about it behind the scenes. We're going to do all we can essentially to get this done properly for the community. So I actually do not know what else I was speaking about to stay on the screen that long. I must have been just babbling on about certain things, but in summary, I guess, is that we need to ensure that we focus back at our project deliverables, okay? And that's the key thing I think I addressed in today's AMA was, there's a few things with OGs, there's a few things with the Genesis side that we still need to get done, and once we do that, I think that will bring the immediate gains to the holders right now. So yeah, I think that's pretty much it on this page here. Let me just double check what's going on, and I will get back soon. Okay. So I think the checking through the screens, I think this is the part where I go into part 2 of what we wanted to discuss today in the roadmap. The AMA, which is about the Roadmap 2.0 in ToastPunk Genesis, which we've already brought forward one of them, which is the staking. I know we did earlier say that this is that we were going to reward holders every couple of weeks with airdrops of ETH. That didn't eventuate duly because of the royalties that weren't generated high enough in the secondary sales side. So what we did was we brought staking forward in order for people to earn TP Gen. And that is currently underway. So we already got that happening. I know there's still a few staking questions around for people that they're not really sure how to do things. Just as a simple nutshell, staking is not really staking NFTs, but it's actually giving up your NFT to the vault, getting TP Gen tokens, and staking those TP Gen tokens to give you more TP Gen rewards from the vault. Fees are generated from the vault, so if people buy, sell, swap from the vault, fees are generated, and that's shared within the stakers. You can stake your NFT, which is converted to TP Gen, or you can add liquidity with your TP Gen when you stake them. So I think, the better way for moving forward for the pricing of TP Gen, for the value of TP Gen, is to stake via liquidity. Everyone's got their choice. Either way, if you stake your NFT into the vault and get TP Gen and do it, it's still okay. Like, it's supporting the project either way. Yes, it's going to the vault, but it is part of support of the project. The other thing is the Roadmap 2.0 of ToastPunk Genesis Racer Club. I think that is something which is going to be really, really cool for all of us here. I'm actually very excited about this here. I think it will provide that value add to the holders earlier on. We're aiming and estimated about 45 days to get this done. So hopefully next month or just maybe just before the month after. But either way, quarter 2 is 2022 is going to be about ToastPunk Genesis Racer Club. The Racer Club is part of the big series, and this game has been evaluated by a few different analysts out there from bigger VCs, and they looked at it and they went, "Mate, this is amazing." Not for any other reason, but because we managed to design a game system that allowed us to build ground up. Okay, so ToastPunk Genesis holders, you got the early access to this game here. You're going to be the first one playing it in phase 1. Phase 2, it's about expansion into various other NFTX vaults. Okay, owners. So the likes of MAYC, CryptoPunks, Milady, Doodles, Cool Cats. They can all create their own Racer Club game. So they'll be called, MAYC Racer Club or Doodles Racer Club or whatever. They'll play their own games. They'll have it with their own holders, their race car game, and they will utilize their own vault token and their own NFT links. Okay, that's the best thing. I think what the VCs love, because there's no recreation of a token. There's no recreation of any more new NFTs. So the scarcity side of things is there, as in it supports the holders and the game itself. All packs in the game are actually going to be put into the liquidity pool of that particular vault token. So, for example, someone comes into a game, the ToastPunk Genesis Racer Club game, and plays the game, pays for a pack. They are essentially putting liquidity into the TPGen liquidity pool, which is pretty cool because that increases the value of TPGen, and that's the one that they use to reward to get their rewards in game. Okay, so I'm really excited about that there. Then we're going to talk a bit about OG Roadmap Deliverables on what is outstanding and what we have delivered so far. So let's get back in screen right now and let's hear from Vince, the CFO of Warp, and what he has to say about it.
Yes, yeah, I do. Just so hello everybody. Hope you're all well. First of all, can you hear me loud and clear?
We hear you loud and clear.
Yeah, good. So just to elaborate on one of the points there with the investor focus that Matt has spoken about, one of the tractions that we've received that we didn't probably have a few months ago is that people are now coming to us and really wanted to be a big part of these projects. And behind the scenes, we've got probably 3 to 4 different channels that we need to explore. But in addition to that, there are a lot of more, I guess, the old statements of investors coming on board, because what they've noticed over the last 3-4 months of what we've done as a community is that we've built a product that they really believe in. And so what this gives us is a lot of great confidence that what we've put in place with all the planning, the discussions, the feedback, and also just the general consensus of the community based on what we've built as the foundations. So it's now getting lots of tractions globally. And part of the stuff that Matt was just referring to is that we've got investors who now want to talk to us. And in any startup business, any projects, most of you probably have been part of, you will see that it takes a while to grab and get that momentum going. But one of the things that we have done is now built a brand that people want to be a part of, and people that would not traditionally be involved in such projects like this or even be part of such an industry. So the positive thing is, and maybe we don't give it that much value and sometimes not that much emphasis right now, but the focus of the investors has been very, very positive. What we need to do now is go through the normal, I guess, steps to discuss in more details what the roadmap is. But there is, I want to give a very strong message out there that we have done an excellent job, and that's only based on the fact that we've stuck to that core, stuck to the morals of what we all believe in and why we want to be a part of this project. And not many other projects have been able to do a similar thing in the short amount of time with, I guess, with the resources and the funding that we've got to this stage. So, I just wanted to emphasize on that, and the investor focus has been a very, very positive step for the business and for the project and for every single member that's holding an NFT in this project that I see in the formidable future that it's going to transpire to something bigger and better. And I've just got reactions that people have asked, even just this morning, how did you guys do it? And we said, it's based on what we as leaders believe in, but not only that, sticking to the plans, working and dissecting and diverting off the plan should we need to, and always continuously improving, and also having the ability to be agile, which is one of the things that Warp and the ToastPunk holders and the Townhall and all these bits and pieces that we do allows us to be flexible in. So, yeah.
Really good points there and insight from you, Vince. Definitely. Thank you very much for that. So from a investor perspective, that's what we are up to all the time. So I know that, I might not have been available in Discord for the last couple of days, and things the community does what they need to do. That's fine. But just so you know, if I'm AFK, I'm actually away from keyboard to be working behind the scenes. The more time I spend in Discord, chatting and all of that sort of stuff, I get lesser time to spend talking to these investors. And that's what we've been focused at lately, especially with the game devs, the investors, and all sorts to move us to the next stage. So the team and I are extremely excited about what is to come and what we know is to come, especially with Racer Club, and you know, we know that with providing that value there, that a full spectrum benefits will be provided to the holders, and therefore, you know, people looking into the project to come in, that's how you give value. You know, the more buyers you got on secondary, the higher the flow will rise. Similarly with, you know, if the more investors come into TP Gen, the higher the price will rise. So that's our aim right now.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, let's move on to the next part. So in this part, we're going to discuss about some of the changes we'll potentially make to the giveaway post that we're going to do, or the campaign that we're going to run. And I think one of the things as well we may change is the pin post. It really depends. We're not going to change it straight away. We're still going to leave it there. But the feedback I'm getting is that, okay, cool, it's cool to invest, but what is the project about? So I think people still want to figure out what the project's about. And, you know, there's a lot of good engagement in the posts. Let me show you the post. So if you look here, the pin post that we've got has, I'll click on the analytics, and you can see there's 221,000 impressions, 3,941 engagements. You know, there's a lot of people looking at this. So I think if we can, if you know, this is a community Twitter account, so it's the use of everyone when we push out. If we are able to configure that to show, you know, maybe the roadmap 2.0 a bit more, maybe about the project values a bit more in the second stage, or the roadmap 2.0 side of things, I think that would make more sense. Okay. So I did mention early on about roadmap 2.0 and what's it about. And there is a white paper that we've drawn up on it. In fact, the OGs already have the white paper view. The rest of the others, they don't have it yet, but I will be providing that access to the white paper via even this video, most likely once it gets uploaded to YouTube, so that everyone can see it. So if you check in the description, you'll be able to see the white paper link. I would say really deep dive and study that white paper, because and also just so you know, it's a live white paper. What that means is we may update it from time to time as we go through the development side of things, but in the white paper you will learn a lot. You'll learn things like you know, the actual game itself, the phase elements of it. So what is phase 1 about, what is phase 2 about, what is phase 3 about. And in a nutshell, phase 1 is for us, it's for ToastPunk Genesis Racer Club, so our holders, our guests. And phase 2 is about integrating the NFTX Vault collection owners. So they've got 400 plus over collections there, with about 1.6 million players or holders potentially possible to come in and join the game. So imagine that, like, you know, if we're able to build a phase 2 game with a lot of people in there playing already, and then in phase 3 launch Racer Club, which is the metaverse crossover game. That is blockbuster. That is something which a lot of people would love to have and can't have. You know, a lot of people launch their metaverse game or their P2E game from top down, so a big token launch, create the hype, and then they get a lot of you know, action in terms of token buying and this and that, but as in from the market side, but the game sort of dwindles down and dies down. So having a bottom-up approach where we play it first, we test it out, we make sure it's good, make sure the game dynamics are great, make sure the rewards are awesome, the tokenomics works really well. Then, you know, we invite the other NFT collection holders to come in. as in NFTX. They come in, they play with their people, they set up their own game, their own 3D race cars, their own 3D tracks, and then we go into crossover. I think that is the best way to build up from ground up. Okay, so yeah, that's pretty much on the Roadmap 2.0 side. We will ask, or we'll open up for any questions later on if anyone has in the AMA. I think a couple of people had some questions, so we'll follow up on that later. But yeah, for now, that's it for Roadmap 2.0.2. So we got the white paper open up here for Racer Club. When you click on the link, you'll see the first page, explain the game, explain what's it about, explain who we are, explain the bottom-up methodology of how we intend to launch the game. And I think this is a really good read, so really carefully go through what you need to go through. On the left side, you see things like the explanation on what the NFTX native vault token is, roadmaps, the team, the Genesis Racer Club, which is part of phase 1, the pack store, the marketplace where we sell the NFT linked to the race cars, the tokenomics screen, which is quite critical. You'll see the race car attributes, so which of those 10 characters have better top speed, acceleration, strength, handling, and energy. The race experience, so what happens in actually the game. Then the economy, which is quite important. Screenshots and game demo is not finalized yet, so we will keep updating them. If you want to see, once we get those in-game assets, that's the best tabs to go to. Then the next after that is phase 2 and phase 3, and what the benefits are for phase 2 people when phase 3 launch, which we have not elaborated fully yet in phase 3. So when you get the chance, I would say go through the white paper carefully, page by page, read it up, and keep refreshing it. We'll give constant updates on this white paper. And you know, as I said earlier on, this has run through a few investors already out there, and they've looked at it and they've gone, wow, this is well planned out. Especially they like the economy side of things, how we worked out the hash quote unquote Ponzi ins and outs of the game. Like let's face a fact, you know, every game is a Ponzi. They need to have more incoming versus outgoing, and that's how it keeps the game entertained. The best thing about Web3 is that when you play a game, you actually get rewarded for it. At least if you play a game in, you know, outside of that, like, you know, could be FIFA, could be whatever it might be, that you open up packs and spend money in the game, you don't get anything back from the game. Okay, you lose out, and then at the end of the year, you need to update the game again. So I think, yes, people will need to be spending money on packs here because energy is one part of it, attribute boosting is another part of it, car rental is another part of it as well, if you need to rent your car, if you're not a holder of a Genesis NFT. So that's how we create the whole economy of the game. And a game needs an economy in order for it to live. The cool thing about our economy here, it's not going to a token that is something else. It is going to the TP Gen liquidity pool. Okay, gas is higher when you pay at the pack side of things, when you use Sushi Swap. So when you're going from ETH to buying the pack, it's about $12, $18 per gas, depending on what the gas prices or GWE is at the time. But you can also use TP Gen. You can actually use TP Gen to buy the packs. So that TP Gen will derive from your staking in your NFTX vault. So that's why those things are really, really precious right now. And in fact, when you go to the liquidity Sushi Swap and buy some TP Gens and hold on to them, this is the major benefit. You get to use them for later as well. You can buy packs with them, you know. And then once you're in the game, you play the game. You get rewarded, and how the rewards work is it comes in the top 3 prize, so the top 3 will always get higher prizes, but we've also made it so that participants, so if you don't get top 3, you get, you know, any position, you get, you know, like a you know, a small little consolation prize, a reward, a TP Gen fraction. So that's really cool how the game element works. And one thing which I think it will make the game rewarding, or make the game enticing enough for people to keep coming back and playing it over and over again. And of course, phase 2 will be quite exciting for a lot of people, because when the other collections start their game, you know, say for example, Mutant Ape Yacht Club, MAYC starts a MAYC Racer Club game, you can go in there, you can rent something from their vault, buy their pack, rent the vault, earn rewards, and the rewards come in the MAYC tokens, which is essentially you become fractional owners of MAYC. So imagine that you can have ownership in MAYC as well through the game. Like right now, if you want to get MAYC tokens, you can buy it by SushiSwap, or you can either stake an MAYC in, which you might not have. So I think this is really cool, another cool way for you to get involved in other NFT collections out there and be fractional owners of their NFT. So yeah, this is a pretty exciting build up for a Racer Club. I know behind the scenes people are talking about it. To have a nice, cool launch, we're going to start up slow. And then we're going to get it backed up with some good KOLs and a few good launchpad people. So this is going to be kind of like a big deal for ToastPunk project in this quarter. It's going to be one which is going to be spoken a lot about. It's going to be one that we're going to be focused at a lot. So guys, I would really look at this white paper, study it, get used to it. Understand it, teach each other what's going on, and be up to speed with this year. Okay, thank you. So we're now at the TGRC Tokenomics page, and one thing I highlighted in the AMA today was that the way we split the tokenomics, so the way in-game pack rewards when they're bought, in-game packs when they're bought, and when marketplace fees are incurred. It comes into this tokenomics, so TP-Gen is involved in this whole pool, and then the way we split it out, 50% goes in game, 15% goes for staking, which is, I think, a much higher fee arrangement than the NFTX vault, so it's going to be much better API, I think, and then the balance we leave out for marketing, etc. But one of the things I highlighted here was the ToastPunk OG DAO. And this is important, and why I want to talk about this is, we don't pay enough, attention on the OGs in ToastPunk lately because of what's happening with Genesis. We get that, but just always remember something, OGs, if you're listening. It is we really care about what you guys have provided to us as a early adopter in the whole project, and therefore. We are dedicating the 15% to the OG DAO. So this will be in terms of holding the TP gens. It will be paired with probably the OG NFTs that you guys hold. But by being an NFT OG holder, you'll be part of this DAO. And that is the income in that DAO. So voting wise, in terms of how the DAO operates, it will be mutual, so everyone needs to go into the same direction of what we need to go with. It's not going to be us hitting it up anymore. It's going to be the OGs saying that, hey, I want this to go in this direction, and I want this to be guided for. And this, we're talking about the project, the ToastPunk project. This we all got to vote for it together, and we all got to push for it together, basically in the same direction. If one person falls out of that, so they're not in favor, we got to consider what we're going to do, and probably we won't be able to pass the vote. So we will discuss a bit more further on how we're going to form this DAO together with the OGs alone, and this is one major benefit that we're going to bring forward, which is not part of any of the roadmaps in ToastPunk OG. I know one of them was the energy reservation for in ToastPunk World, which we'll go through in a second. I think this is bringing it forward, which is much better, and making it more simplistic. In essence, it is a reward for that, a reward for being there. So yeah, hope we can catch up soon, OGs, and discuss this OG DAO, because I think this is critical and important for the steps ahead. Okay. Okay, so what we're going to do in this part here, or what I think we did in this part here, was go through the, we did try to invite some people out come out and speak. As you can see from the screen, there was no one come out to speak. We answered pretty much all the questions, I think it was. But one of the things that I added on that I said that we had to make sure that gets done to get the 100% is the delivery of the airdrop to the upgradables, well, for collection 3, the upgradable pass NFT. And I actually addressed this in the AMA. I remember it was about making sure that the airdrop went off to not only the right people, it actually went off to real people, because what we found was there was some dusting issues with some wallets. There were also some issues with people selling upgradable pass NFTs, or sorry, Genesis NFTs with upgradable traits for really low price. So what I suggested here to the community at this point was that I think it would be a better procedure for us to go through, say, a 1 week open forum to say, guys, let's whoever's got an upgradable Genesis, with the Genesis with the metadata that says upgradable, to fill up a form, make sure that you are recognized there as a holder. And then we allow for the the airdrop to happen to those guys there. I know for a fact, and I think this will be, we'll come up with the numbers, that not all 1,000 will definitely fill up the form, okay? So the reservation for the balance there, once again, today's AMA was a lot about focus back at the OGs. So what I'll do is, I will, airdrop them to the OGs basically, for those that don't have upgradables as well, just for a bit of support, help, and assistance. And once again, we'll use the ToastPunk DAO OG DAO to go through what is the best way to use those spare upgradable NFT passes in collection 3. Okay, I think personally, it's best to use them back in the OG community. It's best to maybe reward some of the hardcore Genesis holders that don't have an opportunity to have that upgradable. Maybe they could not pick it up, or maybe they were unlucky to have them, not have them. So yeah, that's what I spoke about here, to try our best to once again be fair and supportive of what we're going to do with collection 3, because the smart contract's ready. We just ran the whole metadata Excel, so we know exactly what numbers have upgradables in terms of their NFT number. So having an airdrop for that is not a problem. It's just who are we going to airdrop them to, and to make sure that we airdrop them to the right people. So I think we run the forms. We will run a time, so a good 1 week, I think is a good time frame. So 7 days. We don't have to rush with this. I think we can do it in the next 10 days even to get this done. So give ourselves till the middle of the month, to the 3rd week of the month, to get it done. And I think we won't have any issues there. Okay, so yeah, that's what I wanted to touch base on this part here. Thanks for that. So for this next part here, we brought up a few people to have a chat with us and maybe ask any questions if they had any. We had Pedro coming up. So Pedro?
I'm fine. You, sir?
I'm great, mate. Thank you. How are you doing?
Okay. Sir, I talked about ToastPunk with my friend.
Awesome.
He is well of Game 5.
Absolutely, man.
Yeah, he looked excited, but I can explain about the detail of game soon.
Yeah, I think you should be able to soon, because I have opened it up for OGs right now, but sooner I'm going to provide it to everyone else. Yeah, correct. So we're going to give it to the Genesis holder open view soon, but also at the same time, I mentioned earlier on that it will be via the YouTube video. We post a white paper link at the bottom. People can read on it. People can learn about it. It is going to be an exciting game. It's going to be a super duper exciting game where, first and foremost, we get to play with each other. You know, I think it's also the attraction side of things when we go to playing with it and then coming into the Discord and talking about our wins and losses and all that sort of stuff with each other. I think that is going to be an amazing thing for all. You know, we're going to create more excitement in the community. We're going to invite our friends to come and play as well. You know, it's going to be a fun thing, I think. That is pretty much on the game side. I think thank you, Pedro, again for coming up and saying a few words. But what we'll do is we'll probably move on and get PeekABoo, which is, you can see on the right side here, waiting to come up, an OG holder.
Okay, sir.
Yep, no problem. And yeah, we'll get PeekABoo to come in and say a few words maybe. So yeah, let's get PeekABoo up.
Yeah. Okay, sir. Yes.
Thank you again, my man. Thank you. Okay, let's get PeekABoo coming up and sing a few things. Hello, PeekABoo.
Hello.
Hey, buddy. What's happening?
I'm good, man. I love you. Yeah, it's very, very fantastic.
Thank you, man. Thank you. Now we're looking forward to it.
I mean, I'm seeing. I love racing games. I really do love racing games. So the whole idea of racing games really just kind of like wow, like yeah, this is really nice. My question is, when you say there is going to be like staking and stuff, we know most of us have multiple Genesis, and we can't use all our Genesis to play. So we could actually put all our other Genesis for rent, right?
Not really. So the rent side of things is going to be loaned via the vault. So it is what we made it so that it's not P2P rental right now. It's basically the way they rent it is from the vault. They get the in order to ensure that there's enough liquidity going into TPGen pool via the rewards packs. One of the packs is the rental pack. Okay, so they buy the pack. It allows them to go in and pick a car or NFT from the vault and use that NFT as a car. And they can use it for 5 times. Okay, after which it expires and they need to go back in the vault or buy another pack and go back in to rent the car. Now, if people really want to buy one of your NFTs because yours is better than what is in the vault, then I would recommend a sell. Now, of course, there could be a rental function for it as well. And the rental function could work via the TGRC marketplace function. So when people go to buy, they can also press a button to say rent. Definitely we can make that happen. Right now it's not in the white paper and it's not part of the plans, but I definitely welcome that feedback and see what we can do with that. I would say don't rent though. Like, it's you either hold it, you either keep it, or either you grow value on it and you sell it. They get some liquidity back for it. But I guess I know what you're saying. Some people are just keep it so dear to their mind. They might want to rent their NFT race car out. By all means, that could be one option as well. Entirely up to, I think, each person here. And I think the more versatile we make it, the better for the system, for the gaming element of it. So yeah, definitely.
Yeah. Okay, I get it. Sounds interesting.
Key thing is we want to make sure that the whole ins of the game works really well for the rewards. Okay, if we detract the ins and allow for P2P peer-to-peer trading, then you're gonna go outside of it. So I would always say stay in the game, get your rewards, get your packs done, purchase through that there. Even purchase from the marketplace is much cheaper. TGRC marketplace will be 5% fees only, which goes back again to TPGen, the liquidity pool, versus going to OpenSea and paying your 7.5%, which is the collector's 5% and 2.5 OpenSea fees. So it'll be much cheaper to go via the TGRC marketplace, and it also will be gas effective.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's anything else?
No, I'm good. Thanks very much.
No problem, mate. No problem. So I'm going to move you to the audience, and we've got Pedro Hockey that comes back. Let's see what Pedro Hockey has to say. Pedro?
I forget one thing, sir.
What is it you forget, mate?
I just want to say, ToastPunk to the moon.
ToastPunk to the fucking moon. Let's go. Well done, buddy.
Yeah. Good man.
I love the support of the community, man. Like,
Yeah.
it's great, isn't it, Vince? What we've been speaking
Yes.
about. This is exactly what it is, man. The community is so great. They're always involved. They're behind us. They work hard. And I think that's exemplary of what we've built here. We don't say it enough. But yeah, ToastPunk to the freaking moon, mate. I love it. Okay, man. Let's move on now. Okay. Thank you so much. I'm gonna move it to the audience, Pedro.
Okay.
Thank you for that, my friend. Okay, let's proceed on to the next part of the AMA, which I think we'll discuss.
I think Jean Paul.
Yeah, Jean Paul was there, but Jean Paul, I think he stepped down, so that's fine. We'll move on to the next part of the AMA right now, which is going to go through and take us through the OG Roadmap Deliverables. The OG Roadmap Deliverables. This is something that I want to actually discuss and talk about. So we do have a few things on the agenda that has to be done still. One of them is the gas rebates, and another one is the gas rebates. Let's talk a bit about that first. So there is some reconciliation needs to be done on it. Reconciliation, which is essentially finding out who actually paid for gas, and it's maximum of $100. If you receive an airdrop or if you receive something else before, then that cancels out. So we're going to run through that. I think there's not many in there. There's a few in there, I know. So we work out the gas scenario, who gets the payback of that there. We can do that. We can drop that off, but that needs some time to get done. The other thing we can do pretty quickly is the 1 ETH prize, and this was actually a secretly held prize to get people to mint back then, and we offered the prize out. No one knows a lot about it, but that 1 ETH prize is available still, so that's a nice and easy one to actually give out. It's for the 1 to 500 minters, so the people that actually mint and held. We can organize that pretty quickly, but I want to talk to the OGs about this a bit more to see whether or not it makes more sense for the 1 ETH prize to be given to one person, or whether we use that to distribute it out to various people of OGs, okay, in a random wheel spinner of some sort. That can be organized, and that we can figure out pretty much quickly. And then the third part of it, which is still outstanding, is the freeholders merch. So based on rarity, the basic one gets a t-shirt, the pale yellow and the orange one gets a hoodie, and the actual special edition one gets a hoodie and a few more other things as well. Okay, so it powers up the pack basically. So we can design we can get all this done and distribute it. The key thing is how we're going to distribute all the merch and the ETH price. Okay. I'm not concerned, as I said, paying for these things here is not a problem. It's just how we're going to spend, how we're going to allocate those funds in a better use for where we're at right now, which is why this has been held up. As I said, I've not forgotten about this at all. In fact, we've brought other things, as you see on the screen early on, which is the Genesis airdrop, the OG airdrop for liquidity staking. So, people that do liquidity staking and support the Genesis side of things, they get a free OG airdrop. Ultimately, we still would like to deliver on these deliverables here. So this is what I want to address today. If there are any OGs here watching this, please reach out and let us know what your thoughts are on this here. And also just feel free to discuss amongst each other and not, work out what is best for the community. Okay, and I know pretty much all of you are very fair. The OG community has been so great with the support of everything that's going on. So I know that you guys are going to make the right calls on this here for whatever it is. So yeah, let's go to the floor and listen to a few OGs here to see what they might have to say about any of these three outstanding matters here. and let's take it from there. So before we take it to the floor, I wanted to actually move on and discuss a little bit first about streamlining. I said one of the things that we gave benefits for is the OG DAO, so they get that. And we'll discuss that a bit more later, but streamlining in terms of our drops right now. So for drop tree, we've got minting exclusive for 25 Genesis if you own, or you got an OG mint pass, and the main benefit is the ICO invite. Now once again, what is the ICO invite? Is it going to be Toast? Is it going to be our club? That's something which we need to address. I think it could be applicable to our club. The R Club token, which will be sooner, faster, quicker. Then drop 4, we've got the Metaverse collabs. Once again, NFTX Vault people aren't they considered Metaverse collabs there as well? And then we got drop 5, which is about the Toast auction invite, which definitely will be happening. And also we've got the ToastPunk board nomination. Now, is that the DAO we're discussing right now? So these are the things I wanted to see whether or not we can streamline. And one of the things I wanted to bring to the attention of the OGs to say, okay, yes, we've got these drops outlined since October, November, December last year, but can we or can we not update our roadmap here to make it a bit more simpler, a bit more understanding, and so that also we don't cross over to what we initially bought into the project for. I don't want us to have that qualm there. So that's why I have to ask the question, what is the best way? It's not going to dilute any value that was brought forward in the initial beginning stages, but it will provide a more streamlined process on us getting to our 1,000 collection sellout state for the OG side of things. Maybe we open up minting a bit more to people out there, and get more people come in as OGs. Maybe identify more Genesis holders to come in as well. Okay. And one of the things also I did mention was the Toast token. So once again, before we go into and speak to any other OGs early on about any questions they might have, I want to touch on the Toast token and ToastPunk World, which is also quite critical. So recently we've seen a pitch deck by BAYC, which got them a raise of 450 million. Their Ape coin and their Ape World. Funnily enough, I studied the pitch deck and I saw identical nature of their Ape World to what ToastPunk World wanted to do as far as an SDK architecture to bring in other PFPs into the project. So my question to you is this: realistically, from a business point of view, and we thought about this carefully as well, do we want to be competing with a $450 million recently raised $3 billion valuation BAYC World? And I think most people would say that that's a silly thing to do as far as that's concerned. So I'm not saying that we're going to discount ToastPunk World and totally give up on it, or either Toast and totally give up on it. That could be reserved for something which we'll do. It could be, in fact, maybe Racer Club becomes the new ToastPunk World. Who knows, I think if we are able to provide that value add proposition to what our original plans are, that's far more important, okay, to give value back, rather than throw something at a project or throw something at a goal that it's going to be hard to accomplish. And ToastPunk World, I love it. Like, that is my stamp baby. That's what I thought about, from the original beginning, and that's what we've been discussing so many months about with our people and our devs and everything else. I think Ape World is going to be kick-ass when they bring out their 2D in. It won't be the live simulation to provide for the the communities that we wanted to provide for. So it could be, in essence, we still launch ours alongside theirs maybe, and get the traction we need in our own part of the world. But I think Racer Club right now, from what I'm looking at, the structure, the design, the layout, that could be big, pretty big, because it's enticing everyone to come in. And yes, it is within a race car niche, the funny thing though is, I've been speaking to all sorts of people around there, and they actually love racing. Like they might not love racing now, but like Boss Meta and everyone else going, let's race. That was the last person I thought who would love racing games, you know. But I think racing is kind of like life, you know. You race against time, you race against, you know, the rat race. It's all about that, right? So is ToastPunk World a race game, like a race within life? Who knows? You know, that could be really pretty much it. Now I'm just rambling on right now because I think I don't know what I actually spoke about during the actual AMA. But you get the gist of what I'm trying to get at anyway with this particular point 4 here. I think you know, yes, there will still be Toast rewards, Toast drops, so it could be our club rewards drops, the OG holders. Yes, there could be still a ToastPunk World, but it could be actually in fact our club as the crossover game world, and it could be have a link to just a metaverse land of some sort that we come in and we enjoy. Ultimately, it's about earning passive income in ToastPunk World, which is what the set design was for. And I think invitation to open up to other 2D PFPs, which is what we're doing as well via the Racer Club series. So if we come to think of it, it is similar. Different of type of class of game. One is a racing game, one is a life and building simulation game, but in essence it could be the same thing, and it could be of better benefit as well, knowing the fact that ApeCoin is out there building the same sort of thing of what we were intending to build, with much more capital, much more time up front, and a much huger community and a better rhythm in front. So you know, I'm not silly when it comes to business. That's just a bad business call if I'm going to say we're going to tackle them. So once again, guys, a reminder to that. I think we gotta think about this carefully, and I think if we make the right calls, it's going to be much better for us here. So yeah, moving on to the updates, the Discord updates, housekeeping matters. One of the things we did was we introduced Collab Land recently. And we put Collab Land in, the reason being is because we're going to focus a lot on the roles in the Discord and how we're going to ensure we're going to manage those roles. Now we've got a lot of holders. We've got 2,000 people in here that are holding NFTs. So we've got that going on right now. We're gonna update that accordingly and make sure that the Collab Land works well for everyone. So people will connect their wallet, and if you hold any of the OG NFTs in particular range or Genesis or either TP Gen tokens, it will be able to identify you straight away and give you the explicit roles in Discord in order to access those channels, in order for us to call you, in order for us to create various things in the Discord itself to communicate what we need to communicate with the various people that have those tokens. Okay, so right now it's going through a service. Right now, Collab Land, we're restructuring everything there. The only thing you can do is probably Genesis holder verification. But once that is all sorted, it'll be perfect for us to use. Once again, just remember, do not open up your DMs, do not talk to anyone in DMs, it's all scams. We'll never do that for you. We'll never talk to you via DMs, basically, okay? We'll discuss that in OG DAO, how that works exactly, the role structure. And yeah, I think let's open up the floor to some questions. So let's go. Let's see, Vince.
Yeah, not in particular. Well, just a quick thing on the ToastPunk World and what we had discussed just earlier. That look, in business sometimes you have to move with the times. And as Matt said at the start of this whole project, the goal was to do a ToastPunk World, which is not abolished or by all means, but we definitely need to find a niche, and the Racer Club is an absolutely quick win for us, and it gives us the potential to generate a lot of continuous momentum again, and give the community an opportunity to start earning some serious dollars if you really want to get involved and get in details and start to really understand the mechanics behind it. But also, one other thing is we never lose sight of what the opportunities are. So we will still continue to drive as best as we can with what we've got. But the amazing thing is, and Matt just covered it, there are so many things happening in this community which are all positive. I mean, we could be talking here today and saying we've only got 3 things on the agenda, on the whiteboard to work on, but behind all this, it's probably about 15 to 20 things that are all happening momentously with collaborations with other places, with other teams and projects. So overall, it's got a strong community. It's got a strong focus, and if we could just record, with a GoPro, what we do in a given day. And Matt and I was probably on the call till 3 o'clock in the morning. It was just crazy, And we've got ideas that continuously get put onto the whiteboard, and we will always try and strive our best to not only do the justice for ourselves, but also for the community, which is the first and foremost. And it's a old cliche. Look, we want to give back more than what we want to take out. And we wouldn't be here if we didn't have the likes of all of you guys on the call, those who probably watch this in the recording. But overall, our loyalty and also just the ethicalness of what we're trying to do, I wish that it penetrates right across to the community and beyond. And we are a project unlike many others. In fact, it's quite unique. And I've got people from the ages of 15 to 16 up to 80 wanting to be a part of it. And I don't think there's too many people out there that can say that their project is covering that wide span geographic community. So stick with us, and by all means, we'll only get stronger by your feedback, by your participation. I know there might be some people out there that might be a bit shy to come up and ask, and maybe English is not their first language, but we are a multicultural community and we are a world community. So I'd love to hear more back from the team. I like to be part of a community that gives, it's a two-way street, and Matt, more than anyone else, has his doors and his ToastPunk always open. So me too, and everybody else, but please, we will only get better by the feedback, by the community participating and telling us what you think is right. Because, we're the leaders. We are trying to do a lot of things. We've got a lot of moving parts, but it's the community who's probably focused on some things that we may not see. And we really, really value your opinions. And look, as I said, I'm not always on the forefront of all the talks and AMAs and Twitters, but by all means, we're always feasible. And you've seen my name, you see what I'm about, and the team is just as enthusiastic and as driven as what we are, So please, I thank you all. We wouldn't be here without you, but by all means, it's just the beginning. It's really just the beginning, and every day is exciting.
Vince is right when he said that. Like, it is just the beginning. It's all starting right now. We've done a lot. We've accomplished a lot. But there's much more to go ahead with. Starting with what we can deliver with Roadmap 2.0, with our current deliverables out there to bring forward and to get it all done right. Okay, so that's important. Okay, cool. So let's move on to some questions that the crowd might have for us. And I know that we've got some people interested to discuss a few things. But let's wrap this up today with maybe some final questions, and then we will take it from there. Okay, so it looks like we've got Tai Young, an OG holder, ready to come to the stage and speak to us, maybe some questions. Wonder what Tai Young has to say.
I'll mute.
Yes, unmute himself, please, so they can speak. Hello.
Okay.
Hello, how are you, mate?
Okay.
That's good, mate. What's happening? You good?
Yeah, I'm actually having a suggestion regarding the OG mesh. Okay, so I don't know what the plan is regarding like distribution for the OG holders. The mesh. I mean, I'm talking about the mesh now. Yeah. So I was just thinking that if we could just like bring that forward, it's one of the benefits of being a holder. So I feel like if some of the holders can, rock this meshes, is to convince those that, we've been talking to that, okay, you need to get into the ToastPunk world, you have to like ape into this project. So if they see something concrete as a benefit, we have all these things like slated for later, but if you just can bring that forward, we could show off on our social media, hashtag get that bread and all that, just to get people to see that, okay, this thing is real. You get just like a little proof to show to them. I don't know. That's just my suggestion.
Yeah, man, Taeyang, I think that's actually a really good suggestion there, to rock the in real life merch part. I wrote that at the back anyway. I've got it written down. Definitely, by all means, and I think that would definitely add some extra bonus for the OG people that are in for such a long time. It's not difficult at all. You can get the shirts all done, the hoodies done, even stickers, even something as small as just something that we can pass around and mail out to everyone, maybe, I know what you mean, and definitely we're going to put that in consideration. Vince, allocate the budget for that, please. I'm sure there's no problem there, but yeah, definitely we'll try our best.
Okay. All right. Thank you.
No, I really appreciate it, man. Cool. Let's bring our next speaker up. Awal.
Hello.
How are you, mate?
Thanks for helping me. Thank you so much.
No problem, my friend. Awal, you deserve it, mate.
Yes, I got it.
You helped us, a lot. This is one of the things which exemplary of a community member. Awal just amazes me all the time.
Yes.
And thank you, Awal, again. Vince, we used him a lot in the pitch decks, remember that? So, just so that people know, in our pitch decks, we get seen by hundreds of VCs. We put in some community. Awal's got 2 featured in there, I think. Out of all of them, we had a 3D metaverse featured as well, wall done by Show Me the Money. We had a few others. So keep the toast picks coming, guys, because that really builds value in what we provide as a community.
Yeah.
And it shows us off really, really well to a lot of the outside world. They get to they get to see what's happening in our community from the outside. We see it every day.
Yeah. Excellent. No, very, very talented.
No, I know. Awal, just like a lot of other people here, I know they're really great in what they do.
Oh my God.
Yeah. So it'll be about 100. So I'll be about 150 people. VC type equivalents seeing it. So congratulations. That's
Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Without you, we wouldn't have been there. So just think of that way, mate.
So yeah, Awal, did you have any other questions for us? Maybe about some influencers?
Yes. I heard you in a Twitter space. You were talking about influencer collabs, right? So in India, the esports community is blowing up exponentially. So if you are considering to collab in India, you should definitely look up for the esports players at all. In India, we have here 4 to 5 million active YouTube subscribers for esports and the gaming community. So I think you can.
Definitely, esports is where it's heading, and I think we've got good esports players coming on board from India and from the rest of our other communities. I think that'll be great for the Racer Club game, and where we're going to hit with TP Gen and our roadmap.
Yeah.
All right, I'll definitely open a ticket and send it to you. All right, thank you for getting me up.
Okay, so that concludes today's AMA Town Hall in a chopped up, edited fashion. But I did cover, I think, most things up here. Just really want to thank everyone again for attending today's Town Hall. Hopefully we got through most of the things today. It's a real pity I got rugged myself with the microphone, but I'm back and
Yes. Thank you.
recorded as much as I can here to get things flowing to the rest of everyone else. So hopefully you get to listen in, you get to chime in.
Love you.
With this here. Well, once again, check out the links below. If you're interested in joining the project, by all means, come on in. Just pick up some toast from the floor, OpenSea, NFTX. Get ready yourself. Stake them, hold them. Get ready for the game of your life, guys. So thank you so much again. Be well and all the best. Thank you.